You are now listening to the Take It to the Bank podcast, the number one sports podcast. Go! Take it to the bank, take it to the bank, take it to the bank, take it to the bank. Matt coming with the facts, Frac coming with the facts. Number one podcast, ain't no debate about that.
So, how's school going?
You know, bro, I'm drinking the White Claws. You know, your life, bro. It changed me completely now. I'm gonna get grills tonight. I'm off the hook. Come on now, man. Hey, I went to a Jewish frat last night. You know,
A Jewish frat.
yeah, a Jewish frat. Like I never knew like there was like a frat like that. I'm tired of this. I'm not a dickhead like that. Anyway.
Yeah, I was about to say, I wouldn't be surprised if college changed you within 2 days.
Not even 2 days, yeah.
Oh, goodness. Anyway, welcome back to Take It to the Bank podcast with my co-host and fraternity guru, Ryan Fraccaroli, who is now at college at Towson University. And what are you studying?
Right now it's like an area education, but that might change.
To what?
Something business or sports management.
My minor is sports management, so it's
And
very
no
cool.
one cares.
Wow, and
This is
nobody
about
cares.
I'm the star.
Have you tried the new Popeyes chicken sandwich yet?
No, but geez, I need to. Have you been seeing the memes basically? On it?
Yes.
It's like basically, it's like I saw one. Oh my god, I saw one. It was Popeyes. You know, it was like in a rap music video, and Popeyes has the gun. He's like killing everybody, and then he's like dancing on them, and like yeah, like don't care.
I have not tried it yet, and
Ye-
I am looking forward to it at some point, but I don't know where to find a. And by the way, how do you say Popeyes?
Popeyes,
Popeyes.
Popeyes,
Is that how you pronounce it? Popeyes.
Popeyes. Yeah. Well,
Yeah, well, down here in North Carolina, I'm not saying it correctly.
what is? How do they say it?
It's like pies. It's like pie. It's so weird. It's like a high O. It's really weird.
That just sounds like you're all been drinking too much. Like,
Not enough.
I know.
So Andrew Luck, our prayers to him as he broke the internet last night, basically. And when I saw it last night on my phone, I was like, there's no way. It must have been. I thought it was a parody account from Adam
right.
Schefter. Yes.
Oh, God.
And that's definitely the biggest surprise. 2 weeks before opening night for the NFL, and this changes everything drastically, especially with the Colts and their future. They have $100+ million in cap space next year, and even with Andrew Luck's contract, it was that. And now we're potentially looking at a team with Jacoby Brissett as the Colts quarterback. And what do you see from that?
What do I see from that?
Yeah, how's this pan out for the Colts?
So how I see it going with the Colts, I think they're still going to be fine. To be honest with you, I still think they're going to be fine. They have a really, really talented team around them. Brissett could be a really good quarterback, and it could be a different quarterback that we saw in 2017 with Luck being out the whole year. You know, because it's a whole different team, a more talented, young, faster, stronger team, and a way better offensive line. So I think that's really going to help them, but I think it might take a hit on maybe I feel like Marlon Mack might be the star player of this team now. He could be.
Yeah.
He has the potential to be the star player on the team. I know everybody's like, oh, T.Y. might be so good. I just see them handing off the ball more now.
Yeah.
And they have a solid running back group. They have him, Naheem Hines, and Jordan Wilkins. I mean, that's not a bad group of running backs.
It might be a top one in the league if they all pan out.
Exactly. They're all so young. And you could get a number one out of that, and obviously it's going to be Marlon Mack. I think he's going to be the one that might be producing the most. So I think that would be fine. I think T.Y. Hilton will still have a solid season. Maybe not as solid as everybody else is thinking. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of things could happen. I feel like Eric Ebron's going to take a big hit without Andrew Luck. I really think so.
Yeah, he's just saying that because he's on my fantasy team.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying
He's
that.
like, oh, Jack Doyle. Jack Doyle's
No,
going
I
to be
think
his
Jack
number one.
Doyle's going to take a hit from this too. I think the tight end group is going to be kind of lackluster now without Andrew Luck.
Now, could it also help the tight end group? Because you could see a young quarterback. I don't know how old he is, but an
he's not old.
unexperienced.
Yeah,
Well,
he's experienced. Yeah.
he had 1 year of experience as a starter with the Colts back in 2017. So we could see him rely on the tight ends heavy because that's more of a security blanket.
Yeah, you could see that, but you could also see maybe the offense not stretching the not trying to do the deep ball as much, and maybe doing kind of more like intermediate and like short passing routes, or maybe because you do have Frank Reich over there, you might see a little bit more of an RPO system with them as well, just because you got Brissett, who was kind of more athletic than Luck was.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that as well, and that could also help the tight ends as well, because the RPO really relies on short routes, so because you need to get the ball to hand off, and then you need to quick passes usually. It's not really, bow.
I'm seeing a lot of this as a big hit for the Colts, but let's not take them out of the think they're going to be 2-14. First of all, they had 2 All-Pro rookies last year, one on their offensive line and one on the defense, who are going to lead both groups this year. Jacoby Brissett isn't a horrible quarterback. He also started back in 2017 when Andrew Luck was hurt with the shoulder issue, but let's not take that season and compare it to this one because they had no defense, no offensive line. They only had T.Y. Hilton. Eric Ebron wasn't even on the team yet. So I'm looking at a team who's possibly going to be 500 this year,
Yeah.
maybe a 9-7 record. But with Andrew Luck, obviously you could see 11-5 record, a 10-6 record. Their peak is 9-7. I think their lowest that they can hit is 6-10. The issue here is that if Jacoby Brissett doesn't work out, they're still not going to be a 4-12, 3-13 team, which is an issue because you could go from potentially Peyton Manning to Andrew Luck to either Tua or Trevor Lawrence. And that's just, in my opinion, now the question at this point, because when you look at it, the team is way too good and they have set themselves up for the future too much to get that. So we might see a trade. And one thing that I did mention on Twitter, Dak could be a Colt next year.
Oh,
That's what I was saying. If the Cowboys don't pay Dak, I would put a ton of money on Dak being a Colt next year.
Yeah.
And that will work out. They have over $100 million in cap next year.
Or even there's some rumbles of maybe Tennessee might be done with Mariota after this year.
Mm-hmm.
There might be there's some rumbles about Jameson Winston might be done as a Buccaneer after this year. So the Colts are not in that bad of a position. They could get a starting quarterback with experience next year if Brissett doesn't work out. There's a ton of options, or you can go young.
And you can draft.
Yeah, you can. I think that might be the better option. Cause I feel like this last year quarterback group was pretty deep. I like a lot of the quarterbacks group, but except Daniel Jones.
We're gonna talk about Daniel Jones in a minute. I know you want to talk about him pretty bad.
Yeah, but no. So this quarterback group could have good potential. You have Tua, you got Justin Herbert, you got the guy from Florida, could be coming out this year. Georgia's quarterback could be coming out this year. There's so many options you can see that could happen.
Yeah.
I wish I had more names to say, but I can't really put names to faces right now. But it's just there's so much options the Colts can do, or they can trade for a quarterback too.
It's just crazy that we're in a world where Andrew Luck is retired before Tom Brady, RG3. Who else is in the league that's older?
Luke McCown. Josh McCown.
Josh McCown. Even though technically he retired, but then I'm retired and now he's an Eagle, and just a weird situation. But I I don't necessarily think Colts fans should freak out, even though it is a freak out situation. You are set up for the future, and the GM has done a phenomenal job drafting the past couple of years. But one thing I do want to say is I completely blame Irsay for keeping their GM around for that long to not protect Andrew Luck. Now, I understand Colts fans were frustrated, but by no means should you ever boo a player because he wants to put his health before a football game. Andrew Luck did the right thing. He's a great guy, one of the smartest guys probably in the NFL. He went to Stanford, and he can obviously do whatever he wants in his life. He's got family and a wife. There is more to life than just football. You got to understand that, and you can't take that frustration. If you want to blame anybody, blame your GM for not getting the offensive line protection that Andrew Luck needed. This guy was pissing blood, like peeing blood at one point. That is totally – I would have quit I would have been like, yep, I'm out. Like, totally would have just been done at that point.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't understand the backlash from Colts fans as well. I mean, this man has done a lot for your organization in the short amount of time he was there. He took you all to a couple playoffs. You know, I mean, he did it. I think the question is now: do you consider him a bust?
Who, Andrew Luck?
As a number one pick. Do you consider him a
no.
Even though he only played in the league for 7 years?
No, he's not. See, the problem is he's not.
Okay, let me just tell you. First pick out in the 7 years, right? Mm-hmm. 8 years. My bad, 8 years. Because he was drafted in 2011, right?
No, he's been playing for 7 years.
Okay, so he was a part of the 2012 draft.
Yes, with RG3.
Okay, so 7 years, and he missed 2 of those seasons. So he basically only played 5, and 2 of the other seasons got cut down short for injury. So we're saying a guy that has only played 3 years, he was an MVP candidate, he was all this and that, right? Mm-hmm. But what's really good enough as a number one pick? Because you think a number one pick should be a franchise player for a while, not only 7 years and not only playing full seasons for 3 or 4 years. You know?
Yeah, but let's take a look at Andrew Luck's stats in those years, because this plays a factor too. Andrew Luck's career stats wound up as 86 games played. He had 23,671 passing yards as third all-time in Colts history in technically only, 4 years of actually playing 4 or 5 years. 171 touchdowns, that ranks him on the top 5 of Colts quarterbacks. 4 Pro Bowls, 4 trips to the playoffs, 4 playoff victories. So I at the same time, I understand that you can make the argument that he is a bust, but he's not, because I don't blame. That's not because of his performance. That's strictly because of the GM not getting the right protection for Andrew Luck.
Exactly. But we consider players like I don't know. Like, I mean, we consider players that are that got injury problems bust as well. You can't. I mean, the stats help, yes, but I mean, like, he didn't play. Like, he only played 86 games in 7 seasons.
Yeah, but I get that point, but also to your point that you have to recognize that he never really got hurt in college either. He was a very healthy quarterback throughout and one of the best prospects ever, and since Peyton Manning, obviously. And a lot of people that you see hurt are players that are average players that could be great, but not necessarily great. But like Andrew Luck was great. We cannot take that away from him. When he is on the field, he is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, top 5, maybe even top 3. So I blame that more on the GM, but Andrew Luck, and if you try to say Andrew Luck is a Hall of Famer, you're wrong. I'm just letting you guys know that. Like, that needs to be thrown out of the equation.
He's not. He didn't. Calvin Johnson should be a Hall of Famer.
Yes.
Andrew Luck should not be a Hall of Famer.
No, there's a different. It's like Barry Sanders, Hall of Famer. Andrew Luck.
Yeah. Very good player, very good player, but wasn't consistent. He was always injured.
You know
So
what they
like,
need to do? They need to do a 30 for 30 on the 2012 draft. It was like, Andrew, I'm ready to look it up for you. I forgot what it was, but two,
RG3 was the 1-2,
yeah, it
and
was
then
like,
that draft I think we picked Lane. I think it was Lane Johnson or Danny Watkins.
okay, so listen to this. So it's Andrew Luck at number one, Robert Griffin the third. So let's look at the players. Andrew Luck retired after 7 years. Robert Griffin the third, backup quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens at number two. Number three, Trent Richardson. He played in the whatever
AF.
AFL last year. Matt Khalil, Minnesota Vikings. That's a good pick, but he has bounced around the league a little bit as well. Justin Blackman at number five. He is now an analyst on
Yeah,
like ESPN. He had a problem with drugs. Morris Claiborne at number six. Decent pick, still not worth a number six pick. Ryan Tannehill at number eight. He is now the backup for Marcus Mariota. Luke Kuechly, great. Stephon Gilmore, great. Don Terry Poe, good. Fletcher Cox, great. Michael Floyd.
what was the draft that we got Fletcher Cox?
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
Lane Johnson was like 2014.
so I mean, I think ESPN should do a 30 for 30 in the next like 4 years.
On that quarterback group.
Yeah, just a quarterback. I mean, Andrew Luck, Robert Griffin,
Um,
um,
Ryan Tannehill wasn't that the draft of
Brandon Wheaton. Brandon
Brandon
Wheaton.
was in that draft. Wasn't Kaiser in that draft?
No.
No, Kaiser. I think Kaiser was a couple years before. Yeah.
Dang, Alshon Jeffrey was picked in that class too. So
Yeah.
is Brock Osweiler. That's
Yeah.
interesting too. He helped the Broncos win a Super Bowl. People can say what they want about Brock, but without Brock that year, they don't win the Super Bowl, let alone even might make the playoffs. Even
Yeah.
though they had a great defense, I still don't think you could have plugged any, but you still had to perform at least at a
Yeah.
decent level.
You gotta. I mean, I think that's the only way you can make it to the playoffs if you have
Oh my God, this same draft that Russell Wilson was selected.
third
So,
round.
yeah, you're looking at him. Nick Foles was selected in this draft. T.Y. Hilton. It looked like Lamar Miller. It looked like Kirk Cousins. It looked like all the great players got selected way late. And that's crazy how you can like basically flip-flop it. So if you had the draft right now, it'd be flip-flopped.
And the crazy thing is, Kirk Cousins was the fourth round pick for the Redskins, who was going to be the backup for RG3.
Yeah, and now he's the starter for the Minnesota Vikings and one of the highest paid quarterbacks in football history. So it's just crazy to go and look back on that, and there definitely needs to be a 30 for 30. So ESPN, make it happen. But once again, I hope Andrew Luck does find his way. He really did look disappointed and very upset. There was something wrong. There's definitely something wrong with his mental health, and I hope that he gets that situated out. So now that this is all panned out, where do you see the Colts this year?
I still see him as a playoff team.
Wow.
I do.
I
think
think
they have enough weapons. I think they're gonna be a wild card team. I think Houston's going to jump over them.
Mm-hmm. Jacksonville.
No, I feel like Jacksonville is gonna be a 500 team. That's my opinion. I mean, I love Nick Foles, but I have a funny. I don't feel confident in that team this year at all. But I feel a lot. I feel like Houston's going to take a big step. I feel like they're going to finish like 11-5, 12-4. Like they're going to be a really solid team. I like Houston a lot. And then I can see the Colts making it as a 6th seed, and then they probably play against the Chargers and probably lose in the wild card game against the Chargers. Well, no, against the Chiefs. My bad. I think the Chargers going to win the AFC West. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I see them as a 500 team at this point, but next year I could see them as a playoff contending team, obviously with their salary cap. Jacoby Brissett isn't very good. He's a decent quarterback. He's good enough to run the offense, not good enough to take you to that next level in the playoffs, especially since you have Cleveland, Pittsburgh's back in it. You still have Baltimore, who could potentially grab a wild card spot. You still have the Patriots in the AFC, the Chargers, the Chiefs. So the Chiefs and the Chargers, one of those is going to grab the 5 spot. So we're looking at between the Cleveland Browns, Pittsburgh Steelers, and Baltimore Ravens for that last spot, because one of those 3 teams, I think there's going to be 2 teams out of the AFC North.
I think there's only one.
And you think it's Cleveland?
No, I told you. I thought it was Baltimore.
Oh yeah, so you don't think Cleveland or Pittsburgh's gonna make playoffs?
No,
Are you
no.
pouring that lean?
We're in that lean the double cup. Yep.
Wow, it sounds like
See,
you're
look,
peeing.
I have your attention, right? Look at that.
Whoever's listening on SoundCloud, because hopefully we can get this up on YouTube. But if you're listening, it sounds like Frack is taking a large piss. Please stop that. Hey, wow, that was really weird.
See,
So,
look, you still have your attention though. I'm an attention seek. Like, have you ever
so you're
seen
an
that?
attention whore.
No, but no. So, like, have you like ever heard of a good leader? Like, if they're a good enough like leader, they could pour a cup of water, and everybody will stop and look at them and stay focused because they're the leader of the group.
So you're saying you're an alpha male.
Oh, definitely, no doubt.
So let's get you a shirt that says Alpha Male Frag.
Yes,
I think
yes.
we need to make
Like,
that happen.
yeah. Like anybody, if just send me the shirt to Towson. Just hit me up on my social medias because I love free stuff. So, if send me that shirt, I'll wear it on the podcast. Promote you, promote me.
I think we need to go back to making T-shirts. I think we
Oh,
do need to make our own website because the last podcast group that we were a part of kind of screwed us over. So now we're looking at.
False Podcast Network. We're out here. Screw it.
I don't think the Pulse Podcast Network is even a thing anymore.
Exactly. It folded because without us. Without us. Because we're a great baby. Come on now.
I think right now we need more listeners. At one point, we were averaging about 100 listeners a week. Now we're down to like 55. So I think once football starts racking back up, hopefully we can start.
Man, it's because they don't like us, Matt. Because they don't love us. We have our true fans out here. They don't love us. They're not loyal. We have our loyal fans. Screw the haters. We're out here. We are out here, and I am ready to put out 20 racks on anybody.
No, I'm about to start hating on myself because this damn microphone looks like I'm in a spaceship or something.
It looks like you're ready to tell Houston we have a problem.
Yeah, so Jacoby Brissett, we need you to run, get the ball to T.Y. Hilton every single play.
Every single play.
This is what I usually use right here, but my computer wants to act stupid today, so I'm going to look like I guess an astronaut today, or however you want to call it.
Yeah.
So potential breakout players for the NFL. Obviously, we had our fantasy football draft, our second one this past week, and we'll go over that in a minute. But just in general, no fantasy, no anything. Give me just a couple players who you could see break out.
A couple players breaking out. All right, boys, sit down, get ready, get your water.
Frack's not ready because he obviously.
Yes, I am. First breakout player is going to be Matt Malone.
Matt Malone.
Yeah, baby. Or Minio. Sorry, Bills fan. I am so sorry, guys. He's a linebacker for the Bills. He's going to have over 10 sacks this year. He's going to be a big player, big name. You're going to remember him. I promise you, on God, you will remember him.
On God,
on them. For in them. Another player you must see break out. Sam Darnold, the quarterback for the New York Jets. He will produce. He will do well. He got better weapons around him. Offensive line improved a little bit. The defense, nasty. So you're going to see him do pretty well this year. I think he's going to be another breakout player. Let's move over to the NFC. I can see, Trey Quinn, wide receiver from Washington, could have a breakout year. I really think so. He was a big name during the preseason last year and then got hurt. And he came back, same energy, same fire into him. He had a really good preseason again, and I think he's going to be a really good wide receiver and might end up wide receiver number 2 to the Penn State kid. So I think that's another really good option right there. And then one of my last breakout players, I think we're going to have to kick it back to the AFC, and I'm actually going to talk about the replacement for Gronk, Matt LaCroix. He's not going to be the same kind of tight end as Gronk, but he could have a Gronk kind of season this year.
Okay.
He could produce big. I feel like he's going to have to do really well with Tom Brady getting kind of up there in age. He's going to be dumping it off a little bit more. I think he's going to get a lot of targets. And LaCroix has always been a solid tight end. And maybe we can see him take a step up this year and be a breakout star for the Patriots.
What about Ben Watson? I think he's suspended for like the first couple games, but after that,
for games, but I feel like LaCroix is going to do well in the first 4 weeks, and they're going to keep him in the ball.
Okay. I have a couple of mine. I'm actually surprised you did not say Lamar Jackson, as you said before. You think he's going to lead this Ravens team to the playoffs? So I was really surprised that you didn't have him.
Well, I was going to do every team, but you said just name a couple. So I named a couple, and I thought Lamar would probably be brought up by you.
Well, guess what? Lamar Jackson is my first player on my list, obviously. I think Lamar isn't going to have a, regular year, as you would see from a top quarterback. You're going to see, by the way, pick him up in fantasy because you have a running back and quarterback. No, he is not a running back, but you have both combined in the fantasy league, and that's going to be huge for your team. But I say Lamar Jackson gets to 3,000 passing yards this year. A lot of people are not seeing that. And I also see him get to 700 rushing yards. So you're looking at, and I say probably passing wise, I would say probably 21 touchdowns to around 9 or 10 interceptions. So you're going to see a dual threat quarterback come to life, I believe. And I think he'll lead the Ravens to a winning record. Now, that record, I've said multiple times, is probably going to be a 9-7 record. But if he does that, you could see a potential 10-6 season, maybe even 11-5 if the defense plays out correctly. Now, that's if he has a total breakout year. Another player I would like to see is Mike Williams from the Chargers. I think he started to break out a little bit last year, but this year I think is his year because the Chargers really need him to come on, especially after his injuries in his previous years. And then last year he started to a little bit, but I think this year he takes that next step and helps the Chargers possibly get to the AFC Championship. And I might have them in the Super Bowl, but I'm going to have to look that over again. I'm not sure who my Super Bowl pick for the AFC is yet. Another player, another quarterback, Jameis Winston. Now, a lot of people are not going to see that, but Bruce Arians, I think he's more of a quarterback whisperer than John Gruden, as they all claim. I think he's a better quarterback coach than what John Gruden was. I mean, he took Carson Palmer to almost, I don't know if he took him to the Super Bowl, but no, he took him to the NFC Championship against Carolina, and you've seen him work with other kinds of quarterbacks and really take them to their next level. And I think this is the year he's on, I believe, a contract year, so he really has to show out this year. So I'm picking him to have a breakout season. And another I'm going with a lot of offensive players. David Njoku from Cleveland. I think Baker Mayfield is really going to look for him this year, and especially with his big target, and you're going to see a lot of people looking at Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham. You got to look in the middle now for David Njoku, and I think he's going to take that next step as well. And obviously, my last one is Marlon Mack, and from the Indianapolis Colts, he's going to get the ball a lot. Jacoby Brissett isn't going to be trying to throw the ball a lot, and they really need him to come on to take a lot of pressure off of Jacoby Brissett. Now, I want to talk about our biggest dumbasses of the week. So, I wanted to start out with Antonio Brown. Antonio, I'm sorry, buddy, but you need to give up on the NFL helmet rule bullshit at this point.
He lost again.
I know, it's hilarious. And actually, dude, if I'm a Pittsburgh fan, I'm sitting back and saying, yes. Because to see him lose that, I wonder if he's going to play. That's my question.
I think he's going to.
Yeah, I think he's going to play. It's just the fact of maybe he sits out, maybe he doesn't. Now, if he sits out, I mean, the Steelers have had to have won the trade by a mile, but let's say he goes through all this drama in the offseason and Pittsburgh still got a third and a fifth round pick for him. Who still wins the trade? Let's say Antonio Brown has a year like he did last year.
Yeah, it's definitely AB. I mean,
are those oatmeal pies?
Oh, I forgot to tell you. Our new sponsor for the show, Lil Debbie.
Little Debbie on the oatmeal pies. Little Debbie on the oatmeal pies packet.
Come on now, and you know what? Because I'm tired of talking about AB. I want to do a taste. We're going to do a food review real quick of Little
Yeah,
Debbie's.
tell me how they are.
Okay, first bite.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow, that face is telling a lot. Can't tell if you're falling in love or passing out. So, reviews in.
Yeah. Oh, it's in.
It's
Oh, it's the best thing you could eat. On God.
the best thing ever.
No, 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 no.
Wait,
But
what's the best food?
like best snack,
Yeah, let's go with best snack. What's like the best snacks?
honey buns.
Oh,
I
you love honey buns.
profit. I honey bun.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Um.
Mm-hmm.
Oatmeal cream pies. I think they're really solid. Um. See, I had to go shopping now because I'm like I'm an adult now, so I got to go snacking. Like me shopping.
Don't you have a meal plan?
Yeah, but I mean, like, I need to get like breakfast food and stuff. So, well, like, look, think about it. I'm not I only okay. I'm on a 14 meal plan, so I can't eat one meal.
You can
So,
eat 2 meals a day.
yeah, I can eat 2 meals a day, but like the healthy diet's free: breakfast, lunch, dinner. Right?
The healthy diet is 3.
Yeah,
Is that what you're telling me?
it is. It's breakfast at like 8, 7, 8, lunch at like 12 to 1, dinner 6 to 7.
Okay, but you also have to put into account a healthy diet is 3 times a day, but also it doesn't encounter oatmeal pies. I don't mean to break it to you, but I don't think that's in the like constitution of what is good for
No,
you.
I don't know how to eat, man. I don't know how to eat.
As you have that stuffed in your mouth.
Man, stop.
All right,
Stop.
my second dumbass of the week goes to the Indianapolis Colts fans at the preseason game last night for booing Andrew Luck. You're a piece of shit, and you guys should never be allowed to an Indianapolis Colts football game again. And you should get your uh, fan card taken away as well because you obviously have separated what a player is from a person, and they're both the same thing. It's not just a player. There is a person on the inside of that helmet. And Frack, do you have any dumbasses of the week?
Oh, students at Towson.
Students at Towson?
Let me tell you why. You don't know how many times I have been walked up to, but hey, bro, you play on the football team? And I'm like, no. Why would I be here right now if I was playing football for Towson? Wouldn't I be like at practice?
Did you have workouts this morning?
Yeah, bro, no, I wasn't even working out in the gym. I was walking from the University Union, right, which is like on the other side of campus now, and like there's this bridge that connects the two side campuses. And I was walking over the bridge, and like this is one example. I got asked like 15 times at that freaking frat party if I was a football player or not. So this guy that I told already that I'm not a football player at the frat party, I walked over. He said, "Bro, you're the one who plays football." What?
Wait.
What? No. No.
I mean, granted, you are like 6'3", like 200 and like 75 pounds.
Yeah. I mean, like, stop asking me that. Like, I mean,
Just fight him next time. Just
I,
give him a left hook. If you
boy, if you don't get the. Like,
you got another one for this week?
man, another one. Let's go with.
Wow.
I wasn't really prepared for this one. Oh, the Towson Walmart.
So it looks like Towson isn't going too well for you yet.
I love Towson. I love Towson. Towson has been awesome. Like it's been a good like I've been making a lot of friends. I've got a lot of cool people I know. Towson has been going really well. But like with everybody, like not everybody asks me if I'm a football player, but like I get kind of annoyed because I want to play football, but like I can't, like my body can't hold up anymore. So I wish I
So you're
could.
pulling an Andrew Luck, is what you're
Yeah,
telling me.
basically.
You're out. You're just dropping the mic. It's actually breaking news. Frack is retiring from Towson football after never even playing a snap
Not
or a
even
practice.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
anybody at Towson has announced his retirement. I know this is big news, but we are breaking it right here on the set of Take It to the Bank podcast.
Yeah. Okay, so I went to the Towson Walmart. Let's say I think it was Thursday night. It was the first night I was here. Um, and I went, going to get some like grocery shopping, get some stuff for the room, whatever. And when I get there, it looks like a freaking war scene. It looks like all the food's gone. Like
Well, yeah, it's the first week of school.
Man, what kind of Pop-Tarts I had to get?
Did you get the glass kind? The shattered glass kind?
Come on, the great value ones. Man,
You're broke.
man.
That's how you know you're broke.
No, that's the only kind of Pop-Tarts they had.
What are they called? Frosted Bites?
Not what they call them. They're frosted brown sugar, cinnamon toaster pastries.
Toaster pastry.
Bro, there was no Pop-Tarts there, and I did grab a box of the brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tarts, and it was already open, and one of the packages was gone.
Oh my god.
I'm like, what in the world? So I had to get the $1.50 Pop-Tarts, and then I got like the last thing of goldfish, like the last big thing of that. Like it's just been ridiculous. I've been really upset. I'm like, it's just like I don't know. But like everything else with Towson has been awesome. Everybody's really nice here. Like I've been meeting a lot of new people,
Any women? Any women taken off the market yet by Frack?
Come on now.
Did I just see a wink? Is this another breaking news story?
What?
Frack has taken a free agent off the market.
Oh, I'm not. No. I'm not. I'm still a free agent. Like, hey, I'm still a free agent. Hit my line if you want something.
All right. So my winners of the week. The first one goes to our friends at No Degree Necessary podcast. Go check that out on SoundCloud, Apple Music, and Spotify. But look at this. Did you see my post on Instagram?
Yeah, that was ridiculous. That was
dude. Okay, so they had the coolest outfits of Derby Day, and they had the jorts on. They had the cutoff sleeves with the flannel. They had the hat and the chain. So my winner of the week goes to our friends at No Degree Necessary, Max and Griffin. Do you have any winners? Or is there no winners this week?
My winner of the week, I know you can't see me because I'm changing my shirt once again because I'm a diva and I need to change my outfit 5 times on the podcast.
You're acting like Antonio Brown.
Yeah, I am. Yo, don't watch me. A winner of the podcast. A winner. Me.
Yourself. Wow. That was
I'm a winner.
Story. Why are you a winner this week?
Because I did that so quick.
You what?
I changed so quick.
So that wasn't very quick, honestly. That took way too long to transpire.
Did anything get on the camera? Like, can you see like my side boob or anything?
No, we could not see your side boob, Frank. That would have been cool. Next time we take a side boob. That would have been
hot.
Yeah, we would have loved to see Frack side boobs.
Only if you get lucky. No, a winner for the week.
Hey, I got another one if you're not prepared.
Universities. Universities are the winner of the week because they just made like maybe over 500,000 of kids in debt, and they just got paid. They just got paid on Monday, on Thursday, paid. A lot of schools just got paid. They're the winners of this week. Now I'm in debt, and now I have to eat freaking great value Walmart. Thank you.
Um,
Thank you.
Another winner for me, and I want to get into this topic, is Daniel Jones and Dave Gentleman. They are both my winners of the week. After calling Daniel Jones, including myself, the dumbest pick of the 2019 NFL Draft, he has posted a great preseason.
World Dare preseason.
Now, in preseason, he is 25 of 30 for 83.3 completion percentage, 10 yards per attempt, 369 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, and 140.1 quarterback rating. What's your reaction to this? Because honestly, he has looked like the best quarterback out of the draft with possibly the second worst team. Of course, the first one's going to be the Arizona Cardinals. Especially since you're an Eagles fan. This is huge because if this was one game, because he's going to throw 30 times in one game, this is incredible.
He had a really good preseason showing, but there's a lot of players that we both know that have had really good preseason, and really don't produce outside of that.
Can you name any quarterbacks that were picked this high that are, did this well?
Blaine Gabbert,
yeah.
Blaine Gabbert did. He had a really good preseason his first year at Jacksonville. RG3 had a really good preseason as well.
There's gotta be a point. There's gotta be a part inside of you that's a little bit nervous. Not at all.
Not really.
What if he turns out better than Carson Wentz?
He's not going to turn out better than Carson Wentz.
Are we sure about that? Because I don't know.
See, you are just so hyped after.
Here we go, Daniel Jones.
Preseason games, you are already too hyped about this man. I am not hyped about. There's good players in preseason. That's the key word there. Preseason. They don't play against the starters. They play against second string and third string players.
But he has played first team reps.
Exactly.
And he lit it up. He actually had a better showing with the first team reps than he did the second team reps. That's interesting. Here's a hot take for you. I think Daniel Jones starts by week 5.
Here's another hot take.
No, I'm not looking this side.
Another hot take will be that Daniel Jones tears his ACL in this next preseason game.
I don't think he's going to play.
You don't think he's going to play the next one?
No chance.
I think
the last one of the year. This is your future quarterback. This could potentially be your starter this year. Yeah, no chance. If they do, they're idiots.
Because then Gentleman say that Eli was going to be the starter.
Well, what I've heard is that the owner of the Giants is telling Coach Shermer, right? It's Pat Shermer, telling Coach Pat Shermer that he has to start Eli Manning this year, at least for the first couple of weeks, because they want him to go out with a last goodbye, which I totally understand. They're not going to make the playoffs this year, but at the same time, why not give your quarterback a chance? But it also might be good for Daniel Jones to sit. Would you start him?
I don't know. I don't know if I would start him this year or not. He could be a good quarterback. But I feel like Eli's going to start the whole year this year.
So there's no, even if they're 4-10, he's not going to play.
It's a matter of what. Basically, it seems like a GM doesn't really have a say in much in this organization. I feel like if Gentleman had his way, he would definitely have Daniel Jones starting week 1. Oh my God! Anyway, oh my God!
So, did you see the tweet from LaRon McClain this week? Do you remember LaRon McClain, the fullback for the Baltimore Ravens at one point?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think he also played for the Chargers, but he tweeted out. This is exactly. Let me read it out. Sorry. trying to. Okay, so he said, I have to get my head checked. NFL, please help. I'm crying out for help. So I don't.
How does that include anything with Daniel Jones?
No, that conversation's over, big dog. That was over.
Okay. I thought this was still all about Daniel Jones. Oh.
No, this isn't the Daniel Jones show. I'm sorry. I'm not going to give him a whole bunch of headlines just because of a couple good preseason games. I do think it was a great showing, and I think he has a lot of promise, but I'm not going to say he's the next coming of Peyton Manning or even prime Eli Manning. But I did want to talk about this because the NFL needs to find a way to help players with their head injuries, especially the ones who didn't get the great technology that we didn't have today.
Yeah.
But my
It's
question
sad.
is, how would they do it?
I mean, I thought every player that played past a certain year gets health care for life, right?
Yeah, it's just like it's also in the rule book or whatever that head injuries are on the player. Like you risk it. Like it's your choice. You cannot play or you can play, and you're running the risk of head injury, but they can't help you on that, which is the most stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what the NFL should do about it, but I do think they, especially tweets like this is very scary, especially from a player that I used to love saying that he needs help, and literally you can't ask for more than somebody tweeting out, crying out for help.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to bring that to everybody's attention because I think the NFL does need to do something about it. And I think things need to be changed, and Roger Goodell does need to take a step in that direction. I think he should hold at least a press conference around this tweet because there needs to be answers, and nobody's getting them.
I mean, and it's bad. Mental health is not really a focus for the NFL, really.
No, and it needs to be, even though they do have mental health groups, there needs to be more. It needs to be more promoted that, they're there.
Hey, you know who does that well? The Big Three. The Big Three. The basketball group.
Yeah, they do that well.
They do that really well. I mean, they have a whole conduct around mental illness, and they have doctors on staff on every team to make sure that they will check out with the players, make sure they're doing well. Like players, I think have checkups like every 2 to 3 weeks, see how they're doing. It's good because, man, athletic sports can really wear you down.
Yeah.
I mean, it really can.
You see it with Andrew Luck.
Exactly.
That should be a hit to the NFL saying, hey, this is, you need to do something about this.
Yeah, but what do you do? What do you do? I mean, mental health is a different thing, but head injury.
I mean, you do risk your life. You risk the rest of your life by playing this game.
Yeah. I mean, we both. I mean, I risked it for over 10 years. You risked it. A lot of people do.
Yeah. A lot of kids do it too. We all risk we were told from the start that we're risking our heads, which is the truth.
We're risking our bodies.
Yeah.
I mean, how many injuries I've had.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just that football's a hard playing sport, and you have to be tough. If you're not tough, you can't play. But I feel like there should be something with the concussions. I have had a concussion before from football. I blacked out on the football field. That wasn't fun. Not at all. I didn't remember what happened that day. I still don't really remember what happened that day. I just have people telling me about what happened.
Yeah.
It's scary. I mean,
but
I don't know. It's really scary.
On a more lighter note, we did have our fantasy football draft this past week, and I want to talk about our teams. So I'm going to pull mine up, and if you could do the same for me, please. So I'll start off with my team.
That's the Yahoo League, right? That's what we're talking about?
Yeah, the Yahoo League, yes. So my starting quarterback is Cam Newton. Obviously had a foot injury the other night. So
what's your team name? What's your team name?
Flacco is elite. I need to change that. It's from last year. But Cam Newton obviously might be hurt, might not be in week 1, but apparently he's going to be fine. I have Lamar Jackson as his backup, so one of the two. Keenan Allen as one of my wide receivers. Jarvis Landry as my second wide receiver. So this is a 3 wide receiver league. My third is Corey Davis from Tennessee. My running back.
Oh my God!
And what?
Did you see the trade that's happening in our league?
No.
Yo, look at this trade. Travis Kelce for Duke Johnson and Eric Ebron.
Wow, that's a big trade.
And it's going through.
Well, do you like the trade?
No, because I feel like okay. So the 2 team members of this is Caleb and Noah Perry. Caleb is losing his best player on his team.
That's fine, but I mean, when did this happen? Did this happen before the Andrew Luck thing?
When was this trade put in? It doesn't tell me when it got put in, but I'm guessing it had to be.
Yeah, it had to be before the Andrew Luck thing, but that's crazy. Only Duke Johnson and Eric Ebron for Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce. Yep.
Wow, he must really need running back bad.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Anyway, so Corey Davis as my third wide receiver. My first running back, I have Le'Veon Bell again. I had the 4th pick in both leagues, so obviously I got stuck with Le'Veon twice. So I'm really banking on Le'Veon Bell this year. Josh Jacobs as my second running back. I think he's going to have a good year as a rookie, especially since they want to take the load off of Derek Carr. Evan Ingram as my starting tight end. Hopefully Daniel Jones starts so he can get the ball. Jordan Howard, I'm banking on him too. Have him in both leagues. Courtland Sutton, obviously Lamar Jackson, Deion Lewis, Enunwa from the Jets, Hawkinson, the rookie tight end out of Detroit, and Will Lutz and Jacksonville's defense. And I think my breakout or under the radar player is Deion Lewis. Actually, no. I'm going to say Enunwa from the New York Jets. I got him really late in the draft, and I feel like he could be a big target for Sam Darnold. You even said Sam Darnold, big year, so I'm looking at a big year for the wide receiver core.
All right. Gotcha. All right. Welcome to the Coleman Experiment. That's my team name.
Coleman Experiment?
Yep.
Why'd you name it that?
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. I don't want to put any men's business out there like that.
Coleman.
So
I really wish you could explain it. Oh God, that's hilarious.
Yeah. So my QB is Aaron Rodgers. My starting wide receivers are Hopkins, Allen Robinson, and Dante Pettis, but I might switch him for Vad Scatlin. I don't know yet. Running back is Dalvin Cook and Devontae Freeman. Tight end is Delaney Walker. My flex for right now is Kenyon Drake. And my bench is Vlad Scantlin, James Washington, Peyton Barber, Jameson Winston, Jamal Williams, and Jack Doyle. My kicker is Michael Badgley from the Chargers, and my defense is Detroit because they're playing against Arizona.
Oh, that's a good one. So you're going to stream defenses, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I do that every year. I stream defenses no matter what. I just do it by matchup every week. Yeah.
So who's your breakout player?
I like to say my breakout player would probably be between Vlad Scantlin or James Washington. I mean, both of them. Yeah,
Scantlin has been up on a lot of people's boards.
Yes, and I think Scantlin. I picked up Scantlin last year, and he produced so well for me. He was like one of the players that helped me carry. I put him in the playoffs for 1 week, and he did good and actually helped me win the game. So I feel like he's going to get more targets this year. So that's going to be exciting to see him play well.
Okay, well, here's what I want to end on. Tell me who you're looking for your favorite team, which is the Eagles, on the 4th preseason game, and could he make the roster? That one player that you're looking for.
One player that I think is on the roster bubble is the wide receiver who used to be a quarterback, is Greg Ward Jr. Greg Ward has been having a really solid preseason. I think he should make it as the 6th wide receiver. It's just a matter about how they want to fill out the wide receiving core, basically, because we have different options we can do there. And I'm also very excited to see um, how we just got the safety from Arizona. I'm excited to see how he does. See, maybe he could be like a good nickel for us. See how that goes. So yeah, I mean, those two are the players I'm looking out for right now.
Now, one thing I am going to tell you, I'm going to brag a little bit. We did win our preseason game against the Philadelphia Eagles last Thursday. And I'm going to point this out. You say your team's deep. I say our team's deeper. I'm going to put that out there because you and your dad have both said your team is one of the deepest in the NFL. But I would argue that the Ravens have a deeper team.
Okay, but think about this as well. We didn't like the thing is I feel like I don't know.
Where's the excuse? Yeah. Yeah, you can't think of the excuse. We had Trace McSorley throw for 200 yards on your head top.
Yeah,
all I gotta say.
Right. Josh McCown threw for 200 yards and 2 touchdowns in a quarter and a half. So
Josh McCown played more. You didn't score even a touchdown in the first half.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he was awful.
Josh McCown didn't start for us. It was freaking Clayton.
No, McCown started the game.
He played the whole game then.
Yes.
There's no way.
Look it up. McCown started. I watched the game.
I didn't watch the game because I don't have cable here yet.
Oh, well, you're an idiot because, Josh McCown did start. Anyway, so for the Ravens, what I'm looking while you're looking that up, with Trace McSorley, obviously, I think he's making the team, and I think he made a huge impression. I think he's going to start again in the week 4. As long as he doesn't get hurt and stays healthy, he's going to play our quarterback number 3. And on special teams, I hope we use him like Taysom Hill. Hopefully he's athletic enough to do that, which I think he is. Another player is Michael Floyd. Seth Roberts seems like a lock, but for our 6th wide receiver, I mean our 5th, because I think Jaleel Scott's making it. I say Michael Floyd makes the roster and Seth Roberts does not. Michael Floyd came on the past 2 weeks. And did you see that Josh McCown started?
Oh.
Uh-huh. Are you eating again?
Maybe.
Oh, my God. All right, that's it from Take It to the Bank podcast. Hopefully this gets put on YouTube. Hopefully I can add some cool effects and stuff to it. But Frac the Frat.
No, yes. I hate that. Never do that to me again, please.
So, please. Frac the Frat. Thanks for being on Take It to the Bank once again. Once again, shout out to our boys at No Degree Necessary. Go check them out on SoundCloud and Spotify and Apple Music. And once again, we go check out Sharp for your TV, your printer, and all of your technology that you need for your house or your business. And thanks for listening and hope to see you next week.
Hold up. I still don't know why we're sponsored by Sharp.
Okay, my roommate's mom works for Sharp. She is pretty up there in Sharp. And she said we can use them as a sponsor.
Are they sponsored by the other podcast?
What?
Is No Degree Necessary sponsored by?
The thing is, if we get more viewers, we can potentially get paid by Sharp.
Man, I still haven't seen anything on my paycheck
or
yet.
Or from anybody, really, and not by Sharp. Probably once we get enough viewers, we could maybe reach out to people to get money from them to sponsor them on our podcast, such as Part of My Take does with Cash App.
Okay.
Okay, and that's it. We gotta end it. It has been an hour.
Make a little outro.
Numbers, hold up where your data at. You making claims, I'ma need some stats for that. Boy, don't get out cause we ain't playing hack and shack. You said you wanna hear some sports talk. Well, if that's really what you wanna do, then you at the right place. Stick around, get comfortable, and don't you tell me that you ain't. Cause let's take it to the bank. All facts, cause that's what it has to be. No caps like the MLB salary.